Welcome back. I found some key differences that almost no one talks about. So watch to the end or you'll miss the most important part.
Okay, quick joke before we talk money. If automation tools really saved as much time as they promise, we'd all be on vacation while our workflows run the company. Anyway, let's jump straight into pricing. Make, formerly known as Integromat, uses a tiered, usage-based pricing model. There is a free plan that lets users build scenarios and test automations, but it comes with limits on operations and execution frequency. Paid plans are billed monthly or annually and scale based on how many operations your workflows run. As you move up the pricing tiers, you unlock higher operation limits, faster execution, priority processing, and advanced features suitable for business use. Compared to flat fee tools, Make's pricing reflects how much automation you actually run, which makes it flexible for both small creators and growing teams. For comparison, n8n follows a different pricing philosophy. n8n offers a free self-hosted option, while its cloud version is priced based on workflow executions and features. This makes Make more approachable for users who want a fully hosted visual automation tool out of the box, while n8n appeals more to technical users who want control and flexibility. Now let's talk about what Make actually does. Make is a visual automation platform that lets you connect apps and automate workflows without writing code. You build scenarios using a drag and drop interface where each step represents an action or trigger from an app. Make supports hundreds of integrations including CRMs, email tools, databases, e-commerce platforms, and productivity apps. What really sets Make apart is how visually detailed its workflows are. You can see data move through each step, inspect outputs, and branch logic based on conditions. Make supports advanced features like routers, filters, iterators, error handling, scheduling, and webhooks. This allows users to build complex, multi-step automations that go far beyond simple one-trigger workflows. You can automate lead management, reporting, content publishing, data syncing, and internal operations with a high level of precision. Despite this power, the interface remains accessible for non-developers, which is one of Make's biggest strengths. Make also encourages optimization through visibility. Because every operation is counted, users naturally become more efficient in how they design workflows. You start thinking about reducing unnecessary steps, reusing data intelligently, and building smarter logic rather than brute force automations. This helps users develop better automation habits over time. Another important strength of Make is how it supports learning and scaling at the same time. Beginners can start with simple one-trigger workflows and gradually add complexity as they become more comfortable without having to switch tools. Another advantage is transparency. Make shows exactly how many operations each scenario consumes, helping users understand costs and optimize workflows. You can test, debug, and refine automations visually, which reduces guesswork and makes learning easier over time. Now for the pros and cons. On the plus side, Make is extremely powerful, flexible, and visually intuitive. It supports complex logic, hundreds of integrations, and detailed workflow control without requiring code. On the downside, pricing can become expensive at scale due to operation limits, and very large automations can feel overwhelming to manage visually. Still, for users who want powerful automation without heavy technical setup, Make delivers impressive capability. Now let's move on to n8n, which approaches automation from a more technical and customizable angle. n8n is an open source workflow automation tool designed for users who want full control over their automations. Unlike purely no-code platforms, n8n sits in the low-code space, meaning you can build visual workflows, but also write custom JavaScript when needed. This makes n8n extremely flexible for advanced use cases. n8n supports triggers, actions, conditional logic, loops, webhooks, and complex data transformations. It integrates with many popular apps and APIs, and when a native integration doesn't exist, you can connect almost anything via HTTP requests. one of n8n's biggest strengths is self-hosting. Users can run n8n on their own servers, giving them full control over data, security, and costs. For teams with technical resources, this can significantly reduce long-term expenses. The cloud version of n8n offers managed hosting, easier setup, and additional convenience features, making it accessible to less technical users as well. n8n workflows are node-based and cleanly structured, which helps with maintainability as automations grow. Developers especially appreciate the ability to version workflows, reuse logic, and integrate automation deeply into existing systems. Now let's talk pros and cons. On the positive side, n8n is incredibly powerful, customizable, and cost-effective for technical teams. The self-hosted option offers unmatched control and flexibility, and the low-code approach removes many limitations found in no-code tools. On the downside, n8n has a steeper learning curve. Non-technical users may find setup, hosting, and debugging challenging. The interface is functional, but less beginner-friendly than Make's highly visual builder. Another important strength of Make is how it supports learning and scaling at the same time. Beginners can start with simple one-trigger workflows and gradually add complexity as they become more comfortable without having to switch tools. As scenarios grow, Make's visual execution view lets you watch data pass through each step in real time, making it easier to understand where things work, where they break, and how to optimize performance. This transparency is especially valuable when automations become business critical. n8n also encourages a more disciplined approach to automation design. Because workflows are built with clearer logic and optional code steps, users tend to think more carefully about data flow, error handling, and edge cases. This results in automations that are more reliable and predictable over time. Features like execution logs, retry logic, and detailed error outputs make it easier to diagnose issues and improve workflows without guesswork, which is critical once automations move beyond experimentation and into production use. Make also encourages optimization through visibility. Because every operation is counted, users naturally become more efficient in how they design workflows. You start thinking about reducing unnecessary steps, reusing data intelligently, and building smarter logic rather than brute force automations. This helps users develop better automation habits over time. While this can feel restrictive at first, it ultimately leads to cleaner, more intentional workflows that are easier to maintain. For many teams, this balance of power, clarity, and control is exactly what makes Make such a compelling automation platform. In terms of ratings, both Make and n8n generally receive positive feedback from users, though Trustpilot data may be limited or inconsistent, especially for open source or developer-focused tools. Ratings should be treated as general indicators rather than definitive judgments. Final takeaway, choose. Make if you want powerful visual automation with minimal setup and a user-friendly interface. Choose n8n if you want maximum control, customization, and long-term flexibility. If this comparison helped, like and subscribe to the channel, and click the link below to access the software and start building smarter automations today.